Alright, thank you for coming to Liminal Sovereignty, my channel, and I am Jamie. Today we're going to be doing the Fablemaker animated tarot deck, and can I just say this is an awesome deck to invest in. It's really not that expensive relative to other popular tarot decks, and it is so much fun. Essentially, in this card deck, what you have are cards that are animated or that kind of move when you move them back and forth. It reminds you of like the holographic stickers that everybody used to have like way back in the day. But this isn't quite holographic. I would say it's definitely more animated, and there is a term for this type of card, and I'm sorry, I forgot what it is off the top of my head. But so the way these cards are printed is called lenticular printing, which is what gives it that motion. So it is like holographic and I think more accurately animated, but the correct term is lenticular, because the people who print this, which is called Hit Point Press, they have other cards mostly related to Dungeons and Dragons and other tabletop role-playing games. But yeah, these are so much fun, and I think if you like these, you might get into all of that. If there was anything I wanted to say about this deck, is that it is massive, like huge. And what that means is that it's hard to handle with your hands. And so they anticipated that it would be sort of like that. So in this guidebook, they have a way of shuffling so that you get a really good randomization for your cards. And obviously you're going to do what you feel is going to work for you, and that's totally fine. So what I would say is that when I first got this book, this tarot deck, something I wanted to offer information about this deck. If you do get it and you're like me and you place all of your decks back in the box that they came in, this particular tarot deck came very neat, nice and neat in 2 stacks. However, once you sleeve all your cards, they don't fit in the 2 stacks, and but they do all fit inside of the box. So that's something to consider and think about when you purchase this deck. And I, of course, will leave the link below for anybody who would like to purchase this deck. If you're intimidated about the aspect of this being also for a Dungeons and Dragons game, don't be, because it just adds to those games. It doesn't necessarily have to be a part of it. If you're really into tarot and you are absolutely enamored by these little moving images like I am, and you want to use it for tarot like I do, then go ahead and do that. You don't have to participate in any Dungeons and Dragons game. Although my son, he just recently started a campaign with one of his friends, and I let him know about the potential of this, and he thought it was cool. So it's an add-on if you want it, and it's just a tarot deck if that's what you want it to be, or both if you're into both. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so I did end up taking off the sleeves because it was just giving off a really weird glossy look to the cards. So we're just gonna, it didn't take very long. It just something I think for the better quality of the video I should do. Alrighty, so here we have the Fool, and his cape is moving, and he's smelling that rose that he's usually holding on in the cards that depict the Fool. Here we have the Magician. This, I cannot overemphasize how fun it is just to hold these cards and just look at them, because it really draws your eye in. The High Priestess. The Empress. The Emperor. The Hierophant. Now, I really super duper like this Hierophant card because if you look at it, the Hierophant is a teacher, right? He's usually a spiritual teacher. And then here are his two acolytes or accolades. And he's sending a message and then bing! It's like both of their heads shine, like they got the message. Very cool. And then here we have the Lovers. Like here, there's still like an angel figure and the two trees. What I really like is this volcano in the background because it's very suggestive, like an eruption, usually between lovers. It's a really cool imagery. The Chariot. And here we see those Sphinx moving, taking a step, and the cape of the charioteer moving back behind them. The Strength card. Now, what I really, really like about this card is that it's usually, like when you think of a lion and a person, it's kind of a scary thing, but there's something extremely tender and gentle about this card. The Hermit. I love how the light is just like illuminating and there's like a gust of wind underneath moving. This is the Wheel of Fortune. The clouds are moving, the head is moving, the snake is moving. And here we have the Justice card. And that curtain behind her is shifting place. Her hair is billowing. But that sword and that balance are very, very even keeled. They're not moving. Here we have the Hanged Man. Very cool. He's swaying on the tree, or yeah. The Death card. The flag is moving. The rays of light are beaming. Temperance. You can see the ripple in the water on the toes. And the water seems to be either going up or down. And then the wings are flapping. The Devil card. The flame in his hand on the torch is flickering, and the tails on the two people on the bottom of the card are moving. And the eyes, it's a trance. Oh, that's actually very, very suiting for that card. The Tower. Holy moly, look at that lightning. That's so cool. And wow, the people are literally falling out. That's a cool card. The Star. Water is coming down. And there's ripples in the water. The Moon card. You kind of just want to go, ow, when you see this card. Yeah. That's so cool. The Sun card. Very cool. Judgment. The like cape that the angel's playing is moving and her hair is flowing back, or his hair is
moving as well. The World card. And now we go into the minor arcana, and we're starting off with the Ace of Chalices. So we see the bird, and its wings are flapping, and the water is pouring over the cup and into the pond where the lotuses are also opening and closing. The Two of Cups. The clothing is moving and the sunbeams are also sparkling, and the sparkling water in the cups. The Three of Cups has a lot of movement, which would, you know, be expected out of a card that basically means party. Very nice. The Four of Chalices. The cloud that is holding that hand, or where the hand is coming out of, is moving. And then we see little sparkles over the glass. And it looks sort of like the shadows are moving, which is really neat. The Five of Chalices. Here, the current that's going under the bridge is moving, and so is his cape. The Six of Chalices. The flowers are blooming inside of the cups, and there's a wind in the back. The Seven of Chalices. The choice must be made. Which will it be? Eight of Chalices. That moonlight is beaming. And so is the water that's coming down the stream. And the cape that this person is wearing is moving as well. Nine of Chalices. Here we have the curtain in the background moving. And then lastly for the suit, no, I lied, we have more. This is the 10 of Cups, or Chalices. And we have the children that are in the background swaying back and forth, as well as the clothing of the figures that are in the foreground. This one is probably one of my other favorite cards in this deck, because in the Page of Cups, we always see this little fish. But what's really neat is that depending on how you're holding this card, you either don't see the fish, like when I'm holding it like this, and then it's popping out. That's really neat. The Knight of Chalices. The horse's mane and the clothing on the person riding the horse are moving. Queen of Chalices. Here we are. We see the the sunbeams moving. Ooh, this one's cool. This is the King of Chalices, and he looks like he's in that water, and the waves are moving, and there's a little fish back here in the background. Is the fish trying to jump in the chalice, or just in the background? And then here we have a ship moving in the current, or the waves. This suit is the suit of Pentacles, and in this card they call it coins. Look at that. that coin is flipping around in that person's hand, which is kind of really cool because it feels like an anticipation of a new beginning, which is usually what an ace card suggests. It's like a flip of a coin. What will it be? Heads or tails? The Two of Coins. Well, this is really neat. For one reason, this wave back here is so cool, where that boat is. But secondly is we usually see this infinity sign, the lemniscate. And when I think of this card, I usually think of the person juggling, right? The coins. But here it looks like he's holding two coins and they're spinning vertically in his hand. And then this infinity sign is drawn on the outside. Very cool. The Three of Coins, which is usually depicted on the inside of a church with collaboration. And I really like this one. The colors are just amazing. The Four of Coins. We definitely kind of feel that miserly type of disposition in this person. He's holding on tight to those pentacles. And here we have the Five of Pentacles, and look at that snow falling. If you've ever had, if you live in a place where it snows, or if this is pretty much what it looks like in a blizzard. Yeah, those coins are moving. Very cool. Six of Coins. There are coins in the background that look like they're spinning, but it also looks like the coins that she's handing to them are also glistening. And then her skirt is billowing. Here we have the Seven of Coins. Waiting on all that hard work to pay off. I really like the way the coins are depicted in these cards. They're very, very, they have a lot of motion. Here we have the Eight of Coins. Oh, look, it looks like he's hammering. That is so cool. Now, I've had these cards for a while, but you know, I'm still amazed by them. So cool. Ooh, look at the Nine of Coins. Nine of Pentacles. Very nice. The Ten of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles. Ooh, I love how the flowers are moving while this person studies that coin that's spinning in their hand. Here we go. The Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Coins. Look at her hair. This person looks, this is also obviously a card that has a lot of diversity, which is obviously something that is great in today's time. But it looks like this person might have vitiligo because they have patches on their skin that are turning white, which is awesome to see, you know, real people in our cards. Here we have the Queen of Pentacles. Look at that. Oh, look at the bunny. Can you see it right here? I love that. The King of Coins. And now we're moving on to the Suit of Swords. Ooh. That crown is spinning on the top of that sword. Maybe it's the wind blowing it. The swords usually are air signs, so very fitting. Here we have the Two of Swords. Very cool. The Three of Swords. That heart is still beating. Boom, 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 boom. And here we have the rain coming down. It looks like the rain is coming down at an angle. That is really cool. The Four of Swords. Look at those swords spin over that tomb. I love that they have this picture here because usually it's on the corner in the stained glass. The Five of Swords. Look at that cloud. Seems like something's gonna change. The Six of Swords. Oh, I love that. Going in from rough waters into more calmer waters. The Seven of Swords. I love that this one is also depicted in the night of day, because when you think of someone stealing or being robbed, you usually think, I mean, like in your head, maybe not everyone, but myself, I think it's in the nighttime when shadows can conceal the person. Eight of Swords. Oh, it looks like this person's crying. And oh my goodness, look guys, you know how in the Nine of Swords, there's always a little drawing on the bottom of the bed? The drawing in the bottom of the bed, the person is being stabbed with a knife. That is so neat. And this person is like in the midst of crying, like just having a really bad day or a rough time. Here we have the Ten of Swords. And what I see is that sun just vibrating in like that blood red. Well, it's not really red, it's pink, but you know, it's usually yellow or orange, but here it's like really pink. And then the shimmering on the swords go up and down into the person. The Page of Swords. The Knight of Swords. There's so much action, so much movement in this card. The Queen of Swords. Look at those butterflies flutter. The King of Swords. His crown is shimmering. He's a very smart man. Then here we have some, I don't know if they're like dragonflies, but it's some kind of flying. Here we have this is the Wands, the Ace of Wands. Spark, fire, and growth. So we see both fire and little sproutlings in the wand. Here we have the Two of Wands, and that world is spinning in his hand. The Three of Wands. He's waiting for something, a message. The ships are moving in the background. the Four of Wands, and here we have two people celebrating. It's a time for celebration. And then there are flowers sprouting on the top of the Four of the Wands with the grapes. The Five of Wands. That is really cool. They're all powerful. And they're all like imbuing energy onto their wands. And that's what they're supposed to do. But what they're also supposed to be doing is working together. And that we don't see. The Six of Wands. Oh, that's so cool. The Seven of Wands. This definitely gives off like a mob is after this person. You can see those sticks poking up and down, which would definitely scare most people, but this guy is ready for whatever is coming. And here they come, the Eight of Wands. The Nine of Wands. Survival. He fought the good fight. The Ten of Wands. The Page of Wands. The Knight of Wands. The Queen of Wands. Look at the cat's tail move. And then lastly, we have the King of Wands. I hope you like that flip through. If you'd like to stick around.
Alrighty, so what we're gonna do now, after I've already re-sleeved all the cards, so they're back in their packaging, I've already attempted to record the shuffle, so they're already kind of pre-mixed already. And we're gonna go ahead and try to shuffle these cards according to the way the guidebook suggests that we do it. So step one is to make 3 stacks. So let's do that really quickly. And I like to just take one from the top to make each one. But you can take it randomly if you want. Take one from the bottom, one from the top, if that's what you want to do, or just switch it up, you know, in order to truly randomize the cards. And remember, this is just in an effort to not bend the cards because it's such a huge and hefty deck. I personally don't want to bend my cards. So these in particular, because they have a plastic film on the top of them. So I don't want it to crack, and I want these to last a while. So we're just gonna shuffle these the way that the book suggests. So we're gonna do 3 stacks. And since there are 78 cards, there should be 26 cards in each stack when you are done with step 1. Alrighty. So now that we have 3 nice, neat stacks, step 2 is to take half of this stack and half of this stack and make 1 pile. So let's do that. Oh, I'm gonna count because there should be about 26 total when we're done. So I'm just gonna count. 2, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. All right, so now we have 26, or half of pile 1 and pile 2. And now we're gonna make another pile using pile 2 and pile 3. So there should be 26 cards in this stack. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 28. We're gonna just put this one because it's 26. The idea is to no longer have a second pile from the first pile that we did. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this pile, we're just gonna set it aside for now. And then we're gonna mix these two and put them in these, and this one. In our, what would be our 5th pile. We're just gonna stack these up. Alrighty, and after we do that, sorry, I gotta look to make sure, shuffle the left 3 together, stack the new pile on top of the other complete pile, okay, right here. And this should be shuffled, but you can repeat the process as necessary. Like, you could do this. What you could do, and I wouldn't be opposed to it, is like in the beginning when we had 3 stacks, you could just like, because this is way more manageable to shuffle, you can kind of randomize your stack in this manner. Obviously, I didn't do it evenly that time, but that's okay because the point is to randomize your cards, not to be perfect. There's no such thing. Alrighty, so here we go. And if I wanted to, again, just be like mixing these up until I feel like this is half, and then I mixed these up. Until I have 2 piles. Then we're gonna set this aside. We're gonna stack these. And then, bam. And again, you do that until you feel like your cards are pretty random. Let's see what we have. We've got the 6 of Wands, the Knight of Coins, we've got the 3 of Swords. So already that's pretty random. We've got 3 different suits out of the 3 top cards that we pulled. So I hope you get how to shuffle and have fun with these. I hope, you know, if you get these, you really, really enjoy them. Thank you for watching my channel, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.